Hello and welcome to the evening session on day 4 at the Crucible. At the start of today, 8 matches already completed and already 5 seeds are out, including the defending champion Luca Brissell and 4-time champion Mark Selby. The first round is proving tough for the big names to navigate. So what about the 3-time Crucible king, Mark Williams? Well, the Welshman held a 5-4 advantage going into his second session against Si Jiahui. But the 21-year-old from China produced some wonderful snooker to lead 9-7 before Williams won 2 frames in a row to take it to a final frame decider. And it was last year's semi-finalist Si Jiahui who held his nerve to win 10-9. And another of the favourites, this year's World Championship, is out. Si Jiahui looking good once again.
Everybody was looking forward to that match because of what he did last year and the great form you've brought here after winning the Tour Championship. It was a real classic, dramatic first-rounder.
Yeah, I loved every minute of it. I mean, even, you know, coming out there, having a look around when I lost, I mean, you know, I'm going to miss this place.
Right. Does that mean that you're not coming back?
Didn't say that, Rob. Just saying I'm going to miss the place.
Okay, but listen, you're one of the most important figures in our sport. When you say, are you saying that because there's a chance you might not qualify again, or have you made a decision about something?
You know, I'm be 50 years of age next year, so you know, you've got to make the most of it all you can. I loved every minute of it. I wish I could have won, but you know, I just got to take my hat off to him. What a break that was! I mean, there's not many players that could make that break at that pressure at 9-all. So. You know, I think he's definitely going to be a future world champion.
我尽量想着就是输了就回国，也挺开心的，因为我资格赛的经历，导致我觉得我能进正赛已经很不错了，所以我打到最后一局没有太大的压力。
His last deciding frame, he was thinking, what's the worst coming? Go back to China with his family. And also another point is he should have lost his qualifier. You know, then he doesn't feel so much pressure.
And he seems to love this venue. His run to the semi-finals made him a bit of a legend in Britain last year. And once again, he's proven that he's got the game for the biggest stage of all. Why does he love it here so much?
他说看起来你特别喜欢克鲁斯堡，你看去年打得特别好，然后今年又顶住了这么大的压力，你为什么这么喜欢这个赛场？
因为去年打得特别好，然后观众特别热情，跟别的赛场都不太一样，所以我就打这个赛场的时候会比平常会兴奋很多，所以会打得会更好一点。
Yeah, last year he felt the audience, you know, such a big support, you know, always give biggest applause. He feels supported and he feels very welcomed. So he, compared the other venue, he loved Crucible the most. Thank you.
And the Crucible crowd loved you. Congratulations. See you in the next round.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So that's now 6 seeds out of 9 gone as we bring you up to date with all the news from round 1. Delighted to have six-time world champion Steve Davis alongside me. And Steve, lots to reflect on from Si Jiahui against Mark Williams. Obviously brilliant from Si Jiahui to hold his nerve in that final frame. But what did you read into Mark Williams' comment to Rob Walker after the match?
He's made a couple of sort of cloaked references to the fact that he may not be around for too much longer playing on the tour. You know, there's a potential maybe now that the world's a big place to go and do some exhibition-type events with no real pressure involved and just get a payday. Maybe he's looking at that towards the end of his career. Many footballers have done it. So, you know, it may be the future. The game's a bit bigger now worldwide than it's ever been. But, you know, quite rightly so. He's saying, you know, he's getting to the age where maybe he wants to not have that pressure of playing on the main tour that much.
I wasn't sure whether he was speaking specifically about himself or maybe about this place, which has been the big talking point.
I don't know. I think the way it was said, it was sort of intimating that there's something afoot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's only just recently he won the Tour Championship.
Yeah.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, another very good players. A brief word about Si Jiahui, though, and how brilliant he clearly is and how much he enjoys this venue.
Yeah, he's a danger. You know, I think it wasn't a fluke last year he got to the semi-finals. He was very close to getting to the final. He survived the scare in the qualifiers. That may have hardened him up a bit. And give him a few more years, he's going to be a massive force if he's not already won now.
Yeah, very good again from Si Jiahui. Let's remind you of what we've got coming up tonight, though. Two really interesting matches. Rob Milkins up against Pang Junju. And Pang Junju is the one with the advantage going into their second session, but only narrowly, 5-4. And Barry Hawkins against Ryan Day start their first round match on table 2 with a wealth of experience between the two of them. Just looking at that quartet of players there, there's a lot of intrigue for all four of them.
Yeah, Robert Milkins has done very well to hang on to Pang Junju yesterday, and you know, it's tough to pick a winner between the other two lads. They're both great players. It's difficult being a seed, it feels, at the moment. You know, I'm not saying it's a disadvantage. You'd love to be seeded through to the last 16, because if you just win that one match, you're often running with the ranking points, let alone prize money. But, yeah, it's tough for the players coming, you know, like Barry Hawkins, playing a player who's had a couple of rounds qualifying best of 19s.
Yeah, just watching their expressions. I always enjoy watching how relaxed some of them are.
Yeah.
And then you do get one or two who look nervous.
Yeah, and like, you know, talking to each other before you go out. It was never my plan. I wanted to try and hate the person I was playing, not talk to them.
Well, it worked.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. I wouldn't talk to anybody before. Yeah.
Look at you now. We can't stop you talking now. Looking forward to what we can see from these four players tonight. Obviously, Barry Hawkins, as we said, a former runner-up here, up against Ryan Day. And, of course, Rob Milkins trying to get back into it against Pang Junju. It's time to head over to our MC, Rob Walker.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What an extraordinary start we've had to this year's Kazoo World Snooker Championship. 3 former winners are through, 3 former winners are out, 2 deciders, 18 centuries. Only the Crucible could produce that much drama in just 4 days. But guess what? There's a lot more where that came from. Here we go again at the sport's spiritual home. Please welcome a player who made a dream start yesterday and now finds himself just 5 frames away from a maiden match win on the biggest stage of all. Ranking event finalist in Leicester last year, but you can argue this is one of the most significant sessions of snooker in his career so far. Here comes China's rising sun, Pang Junju. And his opponent, he showed real character yesterday from 3-0 down to trail by just 1. Bidding for a 5th appearance in the last 16, 22 years after his first. Welsh Open champion last season, and he definitely has the best walk-on in snooker. We call him the cider drinker. Here comes the milkman, Robert Milkins.
to a 4-time ranking event winner, back for a 15th Crucible campaign after beating Scott Donaldson in a tense decider. 3 times he's made the quarters here, 20 years after his debut, still going strong. He's Ryan Dynamite Day. What a tune! And his opponents back for an 18th appearance after missing out last year. 4 times a semi-finalist, runner-up in 13. He won his first ranking title in 6 years at the start of this season. So please welcome the reigning European Masters champion, eagle-eyed Barry Hawkins.
Now, we will be keeping a close eye on how Rob Milkins and Pang Zhongzhu progress in their concluding session. You can use all the BBC platforms to watch that match, but we're going to concentrate on Barry Hawkins celebrating his birthday today against Ryan Day. Here are 2 men who would be high up on the list to sing happy birthday.